Okay, so our lesson today is Unit 9, from page 148 till 159, okay? Can you open the book? Today we're going to have just main course. And by the way, instead of the writing lesson, we're going to have all the time main course, okay? Because we have completed our writing book curriculum, do you remember?
Yeah.
Which was good for us. I'm really glad that. Okay, so let's start the lesson. Here, on the page 148, man and beast. So here, I have some question for you guys. Does anyone have pet at home? Any sort of pet? What do you have, Fatima?
I have a parrot.
Parrot? How many?
One.
How many parrots do you have?
Only one.
Okay. What about you, Reham? Reham?
I don't have.
You don't have? Okay. So,
No.
another question. What kind of animal do you think make a good pet? What kind of animal is the best or the good pet?
I think it's a puppy.
Puppy. Why?
Yeah, I like puppies.
I don't know. I just like puppies.
But puppies, will they stay puppies as forever? I mean, as a puppy forever?
No.
No, so they will grow up. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you fancy any kind of pet you would like to have at home, Fatima, other than parrot? Do you fancy any other?
Yeah. I would like to have a kitty.
Kitten. Oh.
Yeah, a kitten.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, have a look at that page. How do animals and people relate to one another? How do we relate to one another? So under this title, we're going to read several stories, and we will discuss about it now. So before anything else, before we start, now let's have a look at the quote here. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. Can you see this quote? So again, I will read again. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so pleased and self-contained. What do you think? What is your opinion in this part? First of all, what do you understand? Second of all, what do you like to comment about this quote? Rehan? Any idea? Fatima?
I don't know.
You don't know? Fatima?
No.
For
No.
me, would you rather to live with animals than a human? Would you?
No.
Wow.
No.
It said here,
No.
no, here the question one. Did any one of you use the same word as Walt Whitman? Looks like no one, because you're not prefer, or you don't prefer to live closer to animals, do you?
Yeah.
No. For me, I do. I prefer to, I love them, but I prefer, I wouldn't mind to live close to them. Okay, so next question. As a my first question answer was no, right? You don't prefer. So what about next one?
Yeah.
Do you think any of example of animals that fit description and the others that do not? For example, what it means is, for example, you, Fatima, you said you have a parrot, right? You have a
Yeah.
So as a pet, what kind of animals can fit into it? Others they cannot. For example, as we know, cat, dog, hamster, birds, all kind of birds. Not all. I mean, several kind of birds. We can keep them as a pet. What other animal would you? Or do you think we can keep them as a pet? And what others we cannot keep them as a pet?
We can keep fish maybe.
Yeah, that's for sure. Okay. What about
Yeah,
lion?
but
Would you do you think people should keep lion as a pet?
no,
What about sheep?
but some people do.
They do. It's not common,
Yeah,
but they do.
Yes,
Okay.
it's
yeah.
not common.
What about eagle as a pet? Eagle.
No.
No, it can't be a pet.
It can be. Why do you think it cannot be?
Uh, because it's a meat eater, like it eats meat.
Carnivores, and they are
Yes.
predators. I think we cannot keep them as a pet because they are more related to nature, which means they are, for example, cat and dog. They are adoptable, right? They can live in this.
Yeah,
They can live in hot country, cold country, or inside house, outside house. They can. That means they are adoptable. Is that true?
yes.
Yeah. So why the lion or cheetah or the eagles, we cannot keep them as pet? Do you think
Because
they can
they
do,
live,
uh-huh. Do you think they can,
because they live in forests and
for example, forest animal, we can, for example, in Russia, they have bear as a pet in their home. But
really,
some sort of animals, they cannot adopt the environment that easily. Animals, they cannot adopt the environment that easily. For example, here, what kind of tropical animal do we have here? For example, you have parrots, Fatima. In my country,
yeah,
it is very cold country. You will not find many family they have parrots as a pet. Why? Because parrots are suitable for like warm and hot and climate,
yeah,
not for icy and
yeah,
cold climate. That means they are less likely to be adaptable in this environment. This is one of the reasons. For example, lion. Lion is very
yeah,
territorial, right? Territorial. What does that mean?
yes,
They just keep a bigger area,
yes,
owns it their own area, and sometimes they hunt in the in the wild, hunt. You know that they hunt
yeah,
wildly, and their life cycle
yeah,
depends on the nature and related to the nature a lot stronger than the cat, dog, or all sort of birds. Okay, do you agree with my opinion?
yeah.
So now here, I have another question. Here, there's another subtitle we have here. As you can see, who are you calling a beast? What does it mean, beast?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Beast.
Reham, beast. Can you mention three beasts?
Uh,
Can you name three?
is it like the lions and the tigers like that?
Okay, lion, tiger. What do you think? A zebra?
Yeah.
Yeah, zebra is a
It is.
beast.
Yeah,
Okay, okay. And sometimes people we refer the beast is more like a wild predator animals. For example, lion, cheetah, or hyena. You know, wolf, bear. We calling them beast. But on the other hand, you know that animal called the wildebeest, which is that like looking like a cow. All of the head is most of them covered by the horn. This is a beast. Why? They live in wild.
yeah,
What about the meerkat? You know that the meerkat is a small tiny animal? They live as a big
yeah.
group, as a colony. Do you call them beast?
Beast.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't think so. So generally, I'm telling you general idea of the beast, but uh, and you mean my screen is green?
Yeah.
Guys,
Only, yeah, a little bit.
No, only down.
really? I can see.
Yeah. Oh,
Now can you see?
yeah, it was.
Okay. So now here. Here is in our story, they said men. What does that mean, men? It's a human, right? Usually when we talk
Yeah.
about
Yes.
in animal world, or about universe, when we talk about men, it refers to a human beings in general. It's not only specifically gender-wise only for men. For example, this is a man world. What does that mean, men's world? That means world for only for men who living? Is that what it does it mean?
No.
No, it refers to human being generally. So in modern days, we are likely to replace the word men to people, women, or children. But overall, when we count this human nation, let's say, we call them men, or we refer it to men, not specifically a women world or people world. We don't do that. Half green. My screen is half green. I think it's something to do with your computer.
No.
I can see my computer normally. Okay, guys, so let's move on. Here they said, but the words man and beast have been used over centuries to describe a special relationship between human beings and other big animals. Big animals, huh? Not talking about the little ones here. Talking about the big animals. So their relation is based on each other's needs, like protection of ourselves and protection from the worst human civilization. Although there are so many animals now on the endangered list. So can you describe about this paragraph, Fatima? What does it mean? What does it try to tell us? Very general, briefly. The words
They're
man.
talking
Uh-huh.
and beast.
Uh-huh.
They use them like before. They use them to describe the relationship between a human and like nature animals,
Uh-huh.
which we call beasts.
Okay. Here, in my opinion, I'm thinking they are talking about the coexistence of human as well as animal together. That's what it means.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah.
Coexistence. They live in coexist together, right? However, there's a human world, an animal world, and a planet. Planet is the big diverse topic. So we coexist together, but also to coexist together, we have some sort of relation, right? So
Yeah.
that relation is based on our needs. What kind of needs are we talking about here? Protection, for example. For example, why do we keep dog? Why do we keep dog?
Um,
Protect
Protection.
ourselves, to guard our
Protect
home or garden, or some sort of any kind of protection. Protection reason we
yes.
have dog as a pet. But what about the useful part of human to animal? Human to animal. For example, modern world, there are many. For example, last time, what did we study? And here, animals, let's say, people hunt animals, the wolves, the cheetah, lions, and zebras. They let them hunt down wildly. What's going to happen?
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
They are going to extend.
Yes, everybody wants to have a lion skin laying on the floor. Everybody, maybe they want to have a fang of the horn, the fang of the lion in their necklace. Imagine that. What's going to happen? Animals will go extinct, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So who's going to protect them from being extinct? Who? Themselves? They cannot.
No.
That means who?
Yeah.
Who's going to protect them? Us,
They're
mankind.
No, they
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, us, mankind, we're going to protect them. That's why we coexist together in order to protect each other. Animals, we need animals protection from human or natural disaster or human disaster, let's say, or animal also to exist on this earth peacefully. So they need our protection. That's why we coexist together based on our necessity, which is a protection. This is called human and animal, man and beast relationship. Okay, second part of the paragraph, have a look. The question is, why do you call a beast? Who do you call a beast? Why? Here. Why do we compare human with animal? Here. Another question, how can we show more respect? Respect, which means towards the animal. How do we protect animals while also protecting ourselves? When is it necessary to kill a wild animal? So, what do you think about those, guys? Why do we compare human with animal? Girls, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do we compare human with animals? For example, she's fast as a cheetah, or strong as a bear, or any kind of comparison. Why do we do that?
Because there are some like
Because we have similarities, right?
yeah.
We have, of course, we have a huge difference between each other, but at the same time, we have similarities. That's why we compare ourselves. Oh, she's eating hungry as a wolf, right? Why? Wolf eat a lot, and they eat hungrily. They do devour. So we compare it based on our similarities and as well as the differences. So how can you show more respect, which I said, towards animal?
Show more respect by not hunting them.
How can we show more respect? Yes, we not hunting. Okay, we should hunt lesser. And what else?
Mm.
What about now that the human world is expanding, right? And when I come to Libya, the city, the area of the city, for example, the Saraj area, that the Saraj area was almost empty. When I used to drive here, I used to feel scared, like empty. There's not many cars passing by. There's like a big open land, let's say. But now when I pass by, until Injil is almost fully occupied, building shops and factories and houses. It's occupied. I'm sure there were tons of little kind of fox, different sort of birds, they were there. But now I think it's gone. I think it's gone. So what did we do?
We took their nature, like now they don't have to place to live in Saraj.
Yes, we occupied their land due to the human expand. Isn't that a human population growth? Yes?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can take their land. Also, at the same time, we should give them their own territory to live safely with the food, with the environment, with the less destruction, because after all, they're wild animals, right? This way we can show more respect. Okay, any other idea?
No.
Okay, so let's move on. How do we protect animals while also protecting ourselves? We need to protect them as well as we need to protect ourselves. How? Dua, any idea? Make a point, please. Make a point. How do we protect animals while also protecting ourselves? Which is generally they talking about coexistence. For example, you live near your neighborhood, right? You have a neighbors, do you?
Yeah.
Yes, you have. So how do you coexist with your neighbor? Ah, this is my land. Don't touch my wall. Don't pass in front of my house. Don't pass in front of my fence. Huh? Or you drop your rubbish in front of my fence. How do we coexist? I want to protect my area, my home, in front of my house or the fence is cleaner. And also, to keep myself clean, also I need to let my neighbor to keep their area clean as well. How do we do that? That means we call coexistence. How can we do that? Any idea, guys? I think this comes from the mutual feeling of
By
respect.
putting them, by
Okay.
putting them like in a special place to stop like making them die, like
Uh-huh.
because some people hunt them, and us living in our own place that animals won't live in.
Yes, exactly. So how should we cooperate together? And in this case, you know that, and especially this kind of coexistence, human involvement is human involvement plays a big role. This is a, because why? Because we are brained human, smart animal, let's say. So in order to protect them and protect ourselves, we need to be smarter. And due to be smarter, how we going to say? First thing, respect. Second thing, we need to understand their living style, how they live, how they sleep, when they sleep, how they hunt, what is their food. We need to understand about animal, don't we? If we don't
Yeah.
understand about them, we will not know. For example, you have a pet as a parrot, right? If you don't understand
Yeah.
when they sleep and when they wake up and what they eat, what they don't like eat, what upsets them, what makes them happier, if you don't understand, would you be able to protect that animal? You just put the water, you just put the food. Is that enough for animal?
No.
It's not at
No.
all. So how are you going to protect them? So that means you need to
By
understand about animal. To understand about animal, that means we need the knowledge, don't we? We need the knowledge. We need the
yeah.
knowledge. So what they need, what they don't need, what makes them happy, what makes them sad, what makes them disturbed. Once we know that, we will be able to think of starting to protect them. That's what I think of. So
Yes.
here, that the last question. When is it necessary to kill a wild animal? When is it? Can we kill them all the time whenever we want? Whenever we want? Can we?
No.
No, we cannot.
No.
So, when is it necessary to kill a wild animal?
When there is no food or something.
Excuse me, I cannot hear you. When you?
When there
Ah? Hello?
no.
Hello?
When there is no food.
I cannot hear you. If you want, you can chat. You can send the chat.
I think she said when there's no food.
Aha, when there is no
Yeah.
food, you can kill them? Okay, that could be, that could be. And what else? What else? For example, the wild animals or the wild animals outnumbered. Do we need to keep them a lower number? Because
To
that means
provide more
overportion.
place for.
That means overportion. For example,
I think yes,
huh?
because
One of the reason is to, for example, now, have you heard? I'm sure you heard of it, like in America or some part of the other world, the animals are taking the human. For example, the bear is attacking human, or the wolf is attacking human, or like you know,
Yeah.
this kind of incident
yeah,
happens often. Why? Because we have the enter to their territory, and sometimes they attack us due to protect themselves, and sometimes due to shortage of food, shortage of animals they hunt down to eat or grass, you know, any animals. So they come
yes,
to us, to the human life. Sometimes, so many people they kill the animal. Why? In order to, they call it self-protection. Okay, this can be the one of the reasons to kill a wild animal once they attack you. Second reason, sometimes you know that when we coexist together, we need to have a balance, which is called, which is also can you can say it as a proportion. To keep, if you're going to keep a right proportion, things go smoothly, nicely. For example, in one strict district, you have overpopulated huge number. That means the noise, the rubbish, the traffic, everything will be the worst, right? Some people are too open.
Yeah.
Some places are too open. One family over there, one family over there, and that they don't feel secure. So in order to live in balance, we need proportion. Same thing for the animal overnumbered, it's also going to be a big danger. For example, let's say the number of the lions in the savannah increased hugely. What's going to happen? Number of the lions is going to be increased. That means they will have a food shortage. How? To feed all of this animal, the wild beast, the zebra, the horse, other animals, number will decrease. They will not be able to grow. When they're not going to be able to grow, what's going to happen? Number reaches, that will reach into the endangered or extinction. Extinction.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why, like, to keep in nature, we need the balance and proportion. This, I think, I will make it 2 points. First of all, that the self-defense in case the wild animal attack you, if it has to. Second thing is to keep the animals open, under the controllable number, which is to keep it in the right portion. This is my answer. Do you want to add any other points? Girls, do you want to add any?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, so now,
No.
here, I want you to read the story, okay? This was a fact about what kind of animal is a beast. For example, here is a tiger. Have a look at the picture. Do you see me? Do you see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So extraction from the story, the tiger, which is on page number 150. The tiger is largest one of 4 big cats. Largest of one of 4 big cats. A tiger is also predator and carnivore. That means they only eat meat. They grow 4 meter length, 300 kilo in their body weight. So how about their look? Great bulk and power, recognizable by their dark stripes. Okay, and tiger is highly adaptable. That means they can adapt to the environment easily in many habitats. That's why they live in cold countries, in the southern Asia, northern of Asia, which is in Siberian side, tiger. And also, tiger is territorial and solitary animal. What does it mean, solitary animal? And they don't go as a herd. The tigers, they don't go as a herd. They are loners, let's say. They are loners. All the time, once they reach the adulthood, they live their life alone. You will not see them 4 or 5 tigers together living as a herd or as a group. For example, that lion, they have their own group, right? But tiger doesn't. But here, the tigers live in some of the most densely populated places. What does that mean, densely populated? That means overpopulated. For example, that India is their population is very dense. They live in a populated also. They are significant conflict with the humans. This conflict comes due to the overpopulation, and as we mentioned before, that the tiger is a territorial animal, but we are reaching their land, reaching their food. That brings up the conflict between human and the animal. Did we read the story about man-eating tiger?
No.
Grade 8?
No.
Man-eating tiger, we have studied one of the story. Okay, so also that the tigers, they're surviving under some kind of, what can I see my screen?
Protection.
Protection. Why would they need to live under some sort of protection? Because their number is decreased hugely. Highly. The number of the tiger is decreased enormously. That's why they survive under protection. That means they cannot breed their life and continue increase their number on their own. And also, poaching, habitat destructions to be the threats, continue to be the threats. Because why? We raise them as a pouchiness, with the back of the back. We raise them inside, like human involvement included a lot. to raise the tigers. When the tigers, when they involve with the human, it's going to destruct their natural habitat. That's caused them the threat of the tiger's decrease in number. That's why the tiger is, low number, need to be protected. I mean, they are protected somehow. Okay, so now here, before, where's my, oh, sorry. Here, where is it? Here. In this page, can you see the bottom line, girls? You make a
Yeah.
journal
Yes.
entry based on questions above. That means you're going to write some journal entry about an animal. Your topic should be talked about those questions. Why do we compare human with animal? How can we show more respect? How do we protect them as well as ourselves? And when is it necessary to kill? So I want you to make a short, brief journal entry. Can you do that? And then you can send it to my email.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll correct it for you. Or if you want, you can send it to my chat, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's it for today, guys. And then just on your own, read the whole pages on your own again one more time, okay? Okay, see you tomorrow. Any other question to ask?
No.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for the lesson. Thanks for your time and see you tomorrow.
See you. Bye.
Bye.